American soccer is having a moment in Europe right now.
And we're not talking about some random leagues.
And let's break down why this is absolutely massive. So let's take a look around the league, the Champions League.
That's right. Champions League is a massive deal. All the best clubs in the world. And Americans are taking a big part of it right now.
Right. And it's only a big deal when the Americans are thriving.
I'm not paying attention otherwise. We don't care about your van, whatever.
Okay. I understand some Danish clubs is in there. I can't.
Itch this, itch that. No, thank you. No one scratched me.
I'm itchy. So, but no.
We got a guy with itch in our team, by the way.
But a couple players this week in Champions League did some fantastic things. Folarin Balogun at Monaco.
He's having,
he basically, Paul Pogba got there and he's like, bro, let me show you what I can do.
Yo, Paul, been a minute since you played. Let me show you who I am.
You've been investing in a camel team. I don't know if you know about that.
Is that real? All right, we'll talk about it. Camel racing.
A camel racing team. But there it is. Folarin Balogun is the first USMNT player to score in 3 consecutive UEFA Champions League appearances. Opta Jack, shout out for the tweet with the triplicate.
Let's go.
So this is his goal. I don't remember. I think I remember 2 of them. The one he scored yesterday. They played against
Galatasaray. They won 1-0. He scored the winning goal.
But the goal was, just a disgusting goal.
They all count the same.
They all count the same. I'm just saying, it wasn't a banger from 40 yards out.
To give you an idea, he scored against Paphos FC. Okay, I want you to score against Paphos.
Okay,
that's where you run up.
Weston McKennie just did that.
Yeah. But he also scored against Bodo Glimt, which is a very tough team in Champions League.
Dortmund just struggled yesterday,
right?
Them, yeah.
And that's the kind of team that showed like a Bruges. Mm-hmm. They punch above their weight when it comes to Champions League. Not everyone says that about Monaco, but Balogun is making them be that team this year.
Yeah, this is great to see, especially going into this World Cup where it looks like very much Folarin Balogun will be the starting striker for the U.S. men's national team. So great to see. But he's watching his games for Monaco as well. It feel a little similar to the U.S. I mean, he's not on the ball the whole time, but he makes the most with his opportunity.
In fact, the stat we see here is his XG 3.27. Having more goals in your XG is incredible. To be nearly double it, just goes to show you're making the most out of your opportunities. So me being the dummy that I am, when I see that, I think, well, maybe get him a bit more service and you'll have a lot more goals. Because if you put him in position to score, he finds a way to score. And it's his creativity. It's his ingenuity in the box. It's those things that make it so interesting for me to think about him with the U.S. men's national team and Mauricio Pochettino as a manager. Someone who tactically isn't just someone who understands the game like a Greg Berhalter, but can adjust in the game a little bit. And to think of Folarin Balogun, if he takes his, scoring double his XG, dude, the U.S. are going to be pretty good in this World Cup. They're not going to be slouches.
Sure. And then, speaking of strikers, Pepe also scored in his Champions League game yesterday as well. But then let's also highlight Weston McKennie, because not only did he score a goal, he scored was a banger.
Bro, and his goal celebration?
Yeah, the Harry Potter, putting a little spell on your that's my impression of Weston McKennie all of a sudden.
You watch the bootleg of Harry Potter. I got that at a barbershop, y'all.
No, but Weston McKennie, I mean, his time at Juve, has been successful. It's still one of those, they put him everywhere. He plays in all these different positions. But look, Weston McKennie, 9 goals and 1 assist, is the second USMNT player to record 10 career goal contributions in the UEFA Champions League. Christian Pulisic has 20, while his goal was the 50th scored by a USMNT player in the competition, a landmark. Shout again out to Jack.
Opta Jack always comes in handy. Not a great photo of him. But what I love about Weston McKennie is we've had this conversation before, but 2 years in a row, not this season, but 2 years prior, he was told, hey, you're not in our plans next season. Go find another club.
Right.
And he fought his way back onto Juventus. New manager. And look, he's once again made himself so versatile, so essential that they basically will play him at any position and they can't find a way to take him off the pitch.
Is it a way to motivate him, or is it something that every new manager is just like, they look at They look at the team sheet and they're like, I don't like this guy. They just
ranch. Get him off our team.
It's just like maybe is it bad first impressions? I don't know what it is, but the dude delivers every time he's on the pitch.
He's got 4 shots on target and 2 goals in 6 matches. He's killing it. I think personally, he mentioned something in the offseason about how he's like in better shape than he's ever been.
Yeah.
And he's like proud to take his shirt off at the beach. Now those are his words, not mine. I'm still not proud. But he talked about how he is. And I think what we're seeing is I don't want to use the term maturing because I think often that's used, sort of to as derogatory towards younger players. Mm-hmm. Oh, now they're maturing as if they weren't mature before. But I think we're seeing another level of maturing in Weston McKennie. We saw him going from MLS to Europe, and we saw how the level was raised. But his athleticism let him keep up with that level. I think we're seeing the refinement of his talent and his skill and saying, if I'm going to continue to be, I can't just show it in flashes. I need to show it across the board. And part of it is like, they monitor how you take care of yourself and how do you work and train when no one's watching, quote unquote.
Sure.
And especially in Europe with how, he said they sort of have people follow you and they watch what you eat when you're not training. I mean, they're very serious about you treating your body like a machine and like it's worth a lot more than how normally we would treat or I would treat mine.
Yeah.
And you could see now the effects of that. And what we're seeing is with that standard, we talk a lot of times about the standard in Europe versus here and the pressure that it puts on you that you can't, if you fail, the team will fail and they'll drop out of the league. I think we're seeing what sort of that pressure gets put on that diamond be created. We're seeing that now with Weston McKennie.
I don't know if this is crazy to say.
It is.
I mean, but Weston McKennie, first of all, I never thought he was like out of shape.
No, never.
He's kind of like just a bigger frame or whatever. But I would even say he might have been better when he was a little bit at a bigger body on him.
You like him thicker. That's what you're saying.
The headers, he's getting, the goal that he scored, he looked like a proper midfielder. Mm-hmm. Like if it was Yildiz scoring a goal like that, I'd be like, okay, that's it. But Weston McKennie, the form, the footwork.
Right.
Well, so if he does more of that, cool. But I'm just saying, I had nothing against him when he was a little bit bigger.
You know what I love about it is the balls to take that shot. You know what I mean? Because he's in a position where he's probably asked to pass to someone who's more likely to take that shot, but he's like, watch what I can do.
Sure. No, it was great to see, we get to see what he's capable of. And then outside of Champions League real quick, just to highlight for Christian Pulisic, he in Serie A earlier in the midweek match, he scores a brace and apparently... so he gets the 2 goals that helps AC Milan win the game, but he also apparently had the flu. Played the game, had his little flu game. So we're looking at Paulo. He said 64 best minutes per goal average in the Big 5 European leagues for Christian Pulisic this season. So
not a striker, folks.
Not a striker. So Harry Kane has 17. Pulisic has 17 goals on with
59 minutes.
59 minutes per goal average, and Christian Pulisic has a 64 7 goals on 64 minute per goal average. So I mean, this is in good.
Ferran Torres and Ansu Fati, the other two. I mean, these are big names.
Yeah. So it's no. There's no. He's Christian Pulisic is getting to a point as far as in Europe where it's like he's undeniable, right? Where now
it wasn't just lockdown Chelsea.
Yeah, where it's like he should be very much in conversation for. Big club, not to say that AC Milan is not a big club.
AC Milan's huge, but but if a bigger club wants to come for him, it makes sense.
And the fee might be a little hefty.
There's a couple rumors about Manchester United. Would you be, as an American, how would you feel about him going there?
As a USMNT fan, I'd be like, this is. Has any American ever played for Manchester? Tim Howard, obviously.
Tim Howard, yeah.
Has there been any others, like field players?
Outfield players? No, not that I can think of.
I can't think of any, but if any production wants to take a look at it, I don't know. That would be cool to see. Again, the scrutiny. This Manchester United, no. This man, no. I would. It's like it would only hurt his.
Let him win a little bit before you come.
Let him have a good time going to work.
Yeah.
Before joining Manchester United. The only other game. Jonathan Spector, Orlando City's.
Wow,
Jonathan Spector.
Remember him, folks?
Fullback, right? 3 appearances.
Hey, 3 more than me. 3 more than me. I'm
Did not know. Jonathan Spector, I was not familiar with your game.
Dog.
Okay. So the only other match I wanted to discuss, did you see Man City, Real Madrid? Did you see any?
I saw it.
Okay.
Hey, Xabi Alonso, buddy. What
Yeah, I mean, are we worried? Is he done?
No, what I am is scared as an Arsenal fan that Manchester City might be truly finding a new form.
Yeah, but this is not necessarily a shock. I mean, this is their form in the beginning of the season was probably more shocking than them kind of turning things around because you knew that was that was kind of like bound to happen. But the drama around Real Madrid, I mean, they lose to Celta Vigo and get like 3 red cards.
This is the first back-to-back losses in a while, right?
Yeah, this is I mean, Real Madrid losing 1 game is already like they already hit the panic button, but 2 in a row, I think it's tough to lose to Celta Vigo and then Manchester City's your next opponent where you're like, it's plausible that you would lose.
That's tough for that to be your bounce back game.
And
Manchester
at home,
City in the Champions League
as well. But the difference here is Erling Haaland and Rudiger being way overly aggressive. You gotta, I mean, it's not like I have the answers to how to figure it out, but like a really dumb penalty to give up.
But I think that's Rudiger's answer every time he has to sort of be stout defensively. Is like, I'm going to be elbows out, and I'm going to be mean, or I'm going to be angry.
You do that outside the box.
Yeah, and I think maybe that's what, like Kevin Garnett, was like, you got to be angry in order to play your peak. Yeah. I get that, but Erling Haaland's the type of player that if he knows he's going up against some really big defenders week in and week out in the Premier League. He knows if he can get under your skin. If you're already angry, I can tip you right over that line, and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't anger. I think it was.
It wasn't anger.
It was more fear. I don't think it was more fear that Erling Haaland's.
But it was dumb. He's putting fear in the eye of the defender. You know what I mean? He knows how to play with that.
Yeah, the last. I mean, I feel like the last like 2-3 weeks, Erling Haaland has been in some pretty decent form. And he's like just a real threat, and all the defenders are worried about him. I wonder if Xabi Alonso, this is also, it kind of connects to the first segment where we were talking about Liverpool, because if Xabi Alonso does get sacked by Real Madrid, Liverpool was a team that they said that he could have managed, or that was a possibility. This was before Arne Slot joined Liverpool.
Should he have waited for that job?
Right.
That's a real question.
So
but I think the way Real Madrid are playing, what are they, 4 points off the top to Barcelona?
Which is still weird because Barcelona seems like they're in more of a disarray than Real Madrid are.
Yeah, Villarreal are only 1 point away from Real Madrid in 3rd place.
Yeah.
But 36 points to Barcelona's 4. Each of them have 2 losses. The big issue is obviously the 3 draws for Real Madrid. I think it's still too early to think Xabi Alonso's job is in question. What I do think happens is at the end of the year for Real Madrid, they say like, all right, bring in all the trophies we won. And if I could still see you beyond all the trophies, you're fired.
Right.
You know
if there's not too much of a glare.
Yeah. I need to be
blinded.
There's got to be too many on the table. I can't see you.
Exactly.
If I can see you, you're out.
Yeah.
Even if you won, you have to win everything. And this is why, whether you're a Real Madrid fan or not, to me, it's such a pointless idea of like, I'm going to go to Real Madrid. I get the call as a player to say you wore the shirt. I get it. But as a manager, it's like, what can you do? You're either a legend of all legends or you're fired.
It's also, I think the reason Real Madrid are kind of have this dip in form is really because the injuries that they have. They're missing
so many injuries.
They're missing too many players. But yeah, the most, I think the funniest moment from the game was Rodrigo marking Jeremy Doku. Did you see the moment where he like literally put both of his hands on the grass because he's like, bro, I can't keep doing this. Don't make me do this.
Doku's so good he started doing yoga.
Chico, I don't think I've ever seen a defense. I mean, he's an attacking player, but like a defender give up mid-game and be like, yo, sub me out. Because I can't do this.
Y'all do this, bro.
This dude be moving laterally way too fast, bro.
Yeah. Doku's reached another level. At one point, I thought maybe it was just like too many gimmicks, not enough substance.
Right.
I was so wrong.
What's the dude from that played at Newcastle that's now in at Pumas?
Max. Alain Saint-Maximin.
Saint-Maximin. Jeremy Doku could have gone in that direction, and he seems to have like figured it out a little bit more. Where he does a little too much, but he's found to do just enough. Where again, you make defenders literally give up. I mean, his engine looks insane.
Cam said that. I think it's Cam's. If I'm wrong, correct me. He said Bukayo Saka is a winger.
Oh yeah, we talked about this. Yeah.
But Doku is a black winger. That makes so much sense. Every time I see Doku play, I'm like, I see the vibe you're putting out, bro.
Yes, Arsenal are cooking in the Champions
Top of the
League.
league,
They're
baby.
undefeated, 6 wins. And we spoke to one of the biggest Arsenal fans outside of you that I've ever met. Zoran Mamdani, New York City mayor-elect. We talked to him on the subway from the Bronx all the way down to Manhattan. You can watch that video right here.